drone strike them all. Hey guys, welcome to the temple. My name is Monk Luigi. How is everybody doing today? Woo! Now, it's the third video on NTC, and I wanted to bring it all the way around to some science. You saw the thumbnail, you know what's going on. But first, before we dive into this one, please, if you could, like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbnail and hit that thumbs up button so that way you know when I'm about to go live. You get that bell button icon hit, and you know when you get notified with these videos. So we're gonna go ahead and try to dive into this. But before I make this transition, I want to say there's something that you start to realize when you as a soldier arrive at NTC, whether you're in the box or you're out of the box. And the thing that you realize is that there's a lot of ravens circling around you. Lots of ravens. Initially we thought it was crows, but they are ravens. And the reason why these ravens are coming around us, sadly, we as humans have brought them to the Mojave Desert. Yes, these intelligent high creatures and birds followed humans into the desert due to the fact that we have a lot of food and a lot of items to provide. So they followed us and they're out there. And that is one of the things that made me go down into this deep end to figure out what and why are these birds here. Because when you initially arrive at NTC, you get a briefing about one of the prestigious endangered species. And that prestigious endangered species is the tortoise, the desert tortoise. Now, if y'all don't know anything about the desert tortoise, I'm not gonna go ahead and go too deep into it, but the desert tortoise has a huge influence on the ecosystem in the Mojave Desert, right? Huge influence on the ecosystem in the Mojave Desert. And there's a biologist out there that gets paid six figures, close to about $200,000, just to protect this damn thing. And do you know what this biologist does? Do you understand what this biologist is doing? Do you know how America defends and protects this gosh darn turtle of the sands? God damn it, we start drone striking things. Yeah, that's right. We calling in drone strikes, particularly towards these ravens. We dropping missiles on everybody. Lottie, Dottie, everybody. All of these ravens are getting it. All the birds, taking them all out. Yeah. Now I'm only reading some of this article because this one is pretty long, but I wanted to go ahead and discuss this and why is it that biologists have this vendetta against the ravens, and that's they calling in drone strikes. They calling in air support against these avians. Let's get into this. The sun was rising over the Mojave Desert as crews prepared to demonstrate a devastating new weapon in the war among man, bird, and reptile. That's right. Standing on the wide-swept plain, a group of government utility officials locked their eyes on a drone as it hovered beside a twisted Joshua tree as the buzzing contraption drew closer to a nest of twigs and furniture stuffing. A controller's voice cut through the cooling morning air. Did the 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 boom! Instantly, the copter squirted a stream of silicone oil into the unoccupied raven's nest. Oh man, they spoiled the fun right there. Spoiled it. Thoroughly coating a clutch of simulated eggs, while the attack may have lacked the shock and awe of a hellfire strike, it would have proved lethal to actual raven eggs. The layering of oil would have prevented oxygen from permeating the shells and slowly suffocating the embryos within. After confirming the direct hit on the video feed, the drone's controller summoned it back to the desert floor, where biologist Tim Shields gave an approving nod. The ravens that built this nest wanted to have kids and grandkids, he said, and the population of the common raven is exploding across the American West, where it thrives on human refuse and roadkill. So yes, we are bringing this population in, and this predator has been going after one of the most endangered species, and here's why. At the large strutting predators piggyback on the spread of human civilization, they are expanding into territories where they have never been seen in such large numbers. This expansion has come at the expense of several threatened species, including the desert tortoise, whose soft-shelled hatchlings and juveniles have been devoured by the bird. Even tortoises up to 10 years old have shells that are too thin to withstand the hammering of ravens' beaks. Numerous carcasses looking much like helmets punctured by armor-piercing bullets. I hope y'all can see this, because god dang, these ravens are doing numbers. Numerous carcasses looking much like helmets punctured by armor-piercing bullets have been found beneath raven nests. In one instance, researchers counted 250 juvenile tortoise carcasses under a single nest over a 4-year period, according to the federal wildlife officials. And we're gonna stop right there. Because as you can see, these ravens are doing something too devastating. So devastating, we gotta call in a drone strike. So devastating that they are hurting the ecosystem. So devastating that the biologist had to come up with an 150-page effort on how we could decimate the gosh darn ravens. That's right, 150 pages, y'all. 150 pages just to take these birds out. That's crazy. Now, and I was looking for more articles, and as you can clearly see, the desert tortoise is in a state of concern. It's been endangered, and the reason being is because of the humans. But you know, humans ain't gonna go ahead and take that line down. We're gonna blame somebody else. We're gonna blame these birds. And you know what? We're gonna go ahead and start this war. We're gonna drone strike them all. My opinion on all of this is, hey, that's the primary way of taking them out. If we gotta go ahead and take out these birds, you might as well let all the soldiers over there just go ahead and get their weapons ready, and then I'm just playing. I'm joking. On a serious note, an alternate to using drone strikes to go ahead and take out the raven's nest, which is about 7 casualties. It's about 5 to 7 eggs that ravens lay out. I initially thought, why don't we use scents or sounds to go ahead and take these ravens out? Sadly, as you can clearly see, ravens are so smart, they have reduced the amount of predators that can actually take them on 1v1. As you can see here by one of these articles here, it indicates that ravens' most common enemies would be either coyotes, large hawks, eagles, owls, martins, and sometimes other ravens of their own species. Sadly, since they work just like crows and sometimes they like to team up and unify, they could take on even these large predators themselves and ensure their survival. So it's very, very difficult to get rid of them. Even other natural ways to take them out to be an effective measure against ravens is even more difficult for like farmers, because ravens are omnivores just like humans. So since they're like humans, they're smart, they can eat whatever they want, they can go wherever they want to. It's harder to control and maintain them. So even using certain sounds, using scarecrows, all of these things to a raven is just child's play, because they can read through it so easily and then get what they want from how they want to. So I say that to say, I think the most effective means of stopping these ravens is cutting off their food supply. If we cut off their food supply, because we as humans went out into the desert and we do a lot of waste, mitigating the amount of waste and mitigating the amount of trash that we leave out there would effectively stop the ravens from wanting to even live in the Mojave Desert in the first place, and forcing them to want to migrate or move on to other places. If you don't know, the desert is very, very hot. I'm talking about when you get there, you will literally see these black birds heating and pawing because that it's really, really hot. And with the black color, they absorb all of that heat. Like, they literally just get downed for a long, long time before they are able to take off. And with that, if you take away their food, you take away the water resources from where humans are, then it would naturally make them want to leave. Sadly, that may not be strong enough, but I think that would be an even more effective means to taking out the raven population, instead of just taking out their eggs and drone striking them. However, in that initial article of them drone striking, they said that they did receive approval. It was long, it was lengthy, and they did get approval to be able to attack them using the drone strikes and taking out their population. I believe also in this article it indicated that they had a 2.5% increase in growth every year as they've been living out in the Mojave Desert, surrounded with the humans and with the turtles and with many other animals that they're impacting out there. So if we have to drone strike them, then everybody's getting drone strikes. You get a missile, you get a missile, you get a missile. Everybody, drone strike all, drone strike all get drone striked, every one of them. But hey, if there is an alternative means to take out the ravens, that's right, Baltimore. That's right, Baltimore. We talking to you. We talking to you, Baltimore. We coming after the. No. But if there's an effective way to take out these ravens from being so impactful to an endangered species, I'm hoping that there is, other than trying to take out their eggs and their hatchlings over that time length and period using these oils. But that's just my thoughts on this. I wanted to bring it around to some science stuff. So for all of those soldiers that are out there and you seeing these ravens, just know these are enemies of the state. But hey, that's just my thoughts coming from my temple. What do you think? Please scroll on down, take a look at these articles, learn some stuff. If you have your phone out there and you're trying to figure out what's going on while these birds are out here, hopefully this video, it piques your interest. Thank you all for tuning in. And also before I end it, also check out my previous video if you didn't know how to prep for coming out here at NTC. And if you see the video before that, you see some of the highlights that was out there. So go ahead and click on any of these links above, and hopefully you enjoy your time at NTC. And remember, this L is for you.